Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension the world. Real talk in real time. If you look carefully, you will see the name of the live is O Canada. Chiefly because the way we are treating our Canadian counterparts is really not cool. And it's really disheartening to see that. You understand? It's really, really disheartening to see that. A lot of people come and ask me, well, why you haven't posted in a while, you know? But the reality is, it's a little bit frustrating to see everything happening around us and nothing seems to change. And the people quite content to be fooled. You understand? We're quite content to be fooled. We're not taking anything seriously. I remember somebody messaging me once and saying, why don't I hush? And I'm preaching doom and gloom. But here's what I said, right? Why wait until the horse has left the stable to close the stable door? When Noah built the ark, the people laughed at him, right? And what happened? When the flood came, what happened to all the people who was laughing? The thing about it is, we can spin it how we want it. The people of Trinidad and Tobago, People's National Movement, the sycophants, keep saying that the government is not to blame for crime in the country. Now here's what I'm saying, right? Government is not the only entity to be blamed. Crime comes from within as well. Because your government chose to fire me, basically. To send me on the unemployment line. To have me on the poverty line, swinging my legs. Because I don't know where my next meal is going to come from. In terms of, I don't know where I'm getting paid month end because I'm unemployed. Now what did I do? I took lemons and tried to make lemonade. But, hey, what happened, Jack? So, what I'm saying is that, here's what I did. Now I'm broadcasting on YouTube. So that if I get enough views, if you all go on YouTube and look at my page is Gabriel Osuna on YouTube. If you all go and look at it and I get enough views, YouTube will be able to pay me enough views, enough likes, that kind of stuff. I have resumes outside, CVs, curriculum, vitae, for those of you who don't know what that means. I'm not assuming that anybody doesn't. There are a lot of issues facing us. So let me start off on a light note now. Because we had a senior ranking police officer on Beyond the Tape. And what happened is that this senior ranking police officer, a man called the phone and tell the senior ranking police officer, call him by name and said that he slept with his wife in ministerial weeks. Now that was funny and it made the wrongs and everybody had a good time, right? The man said he doesn't know who the person is. Now here's what he's saying, right? Here's what I say. Quick side note, Damian Naipaul just informed me on the thread that to the people that messaged him about hashtag we say no the movement, he would respond to you guys momentarily. He has a situation, a domestic situation. He have a little sickness plaguing his family. We know how that is. So for those of you who were expecting responses from him, he will respond to you in a timely manner as soon as he can, right? So I do apologize there. But moving along. So, now here's what I'm saying, right? Now Mr. Meister's defense, Mr. Meister said that as a police officer, you're trained to know when a situation is going out of control and that kind of stuff. Now Meister, you're sounding good, you know. But I saw your facial features change. I saw recognition when you heard the name mentioned. But that is not my business. It's not my business. I drink in my tea and cool myself. Now, the amount of issues we have to discuss, sometimes that's the reason why I don't like our life to be boring. Oh, Joyce here? Right, well, shoot me a message. You could always give me a call. Moving along. And on the other side now, we saw a Calypsonian who is prominently known, Crocro by name, who we know to be a PNM sycophant. Crocro sang for the PNM, the People's National Movement, so much that he come like what you call a mascot for the PNM. The YouTube name is Gabriel Osuna. My government already know. What then, Dave? So here's what I say. Now everybody know Crocro is a PNM sycophant. And Crocro is so callous with his words that Crocro doesn't give himself a chance. Crocro says what he wants when he wants. And you know what's the sad thing? About these two gentlemen, Meister and Crocro, I know them personally. Now I know Meister personally because Meister used to be Mitchell before. And he changed his name to Meister because he said he doesn't want hell in his name. Because here's what happened. He reconfirmed himself to Christianity and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot and wherever and wherever. Right? Really, according to the people. So here what I say now, boy. After he did that, right? Now I'll tell you all our next secret. Mr. Wayne Meister, who is a superintendent of police, is married to Ian Allen's sister. You hear what I say? Ian Allen's sister. Now you all remember Ian Allen. The confusion and the bacchanal, they spread that to them. Ian Allen's sister was the one that was caught in the nightclub Zen, whining on Akon. For you all who don't know Akon, the American singer who sang secular music and that kind of shit, he was whining on her and grinding on her. And it was a big scene when he came to Trinidad. But here what I'm saying, right? I don't know if that's the same sister. I don't follow bacchanal and gossip and that kind of thing. So, Mr. Wayne Meister is married to Ian Allen's sister. I don't know how much sisters Ian Allen have, so I can't say that's the same sister. I can't say if Wayne Meister see the wine and like it. I can't say that, whatever. But apparently he was an upstanding person in the Christian community. Now the Christian community has some questions to answer, but we'll leave that for our next slide. Now hear what? Mr. Meister professed to be a Christian. That is my boy. I just follow him on Instagram. He on my Facebook feed. Facebook, Instagram. We not so close to be on WhatsApp. Right? So here what I say, right? If it wasn't true, this might have been your reaction, Meister. What? I mean, I didn't take acting lessons, but I just, you understand, I have a little bit of experience, you know? What is man saying? I would have wanted, and I say, yeah, what? Call me off the air. You and I have something to discuss. That's just me. You understand? Right. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. If my name was Wayne Meister and a man call and say, Mr. Meister, you mash up my marriage. And I say, alright, you know what? This is not the forum for that. I need to speak to you off air because we have some things to clear up because I don't know what you're talking about. No problem. But Wayne Meister start getting signals and things and, you know, Marlon couldn't understand what Wayne was saying. That made the wrongs. That video made the wrongs. It was funny because the reaction was kind of, you look guilty. I can't judge you, right? But you look guilty, right? Now, I just try to cut up my lives in little segments, little, nuggets so that people could share it on WhatsApp and that kind of thing. But tonight we have so much issues to discuss that we can't really have the time, right? So anyway, so when it looked as though you got caught on camera, beyond the tape with your pants down, according to my partner, Oshimps, you look like, you understand, you went beyond the desk with the girl in the bed. But whatever, we can't judge you, God will judge you, right? And you're a Christian, so you profess, you'll get found out. But the thing is, Crow now, on the other hand. Crow, everybody know Crow to be a racist and a pronounced PNM. I met Crow on the highway as a police officer. We stopped Crow because Crow was driving all over the road. So when this video surfaced with him and it was alleged that he was driving all over the road, I was like, but wait, years ago, this happened with me. About 12 years ago, we met Crow on the highway near the Clarkson Bay overpass. I was working highway patrol at the time we stopped him. More than 12 years, about 14 years ago. So anyway, here's what I say. Crow came out at the vehicle without the police talking to him. And Crow barely higher than the vehicle. There's the vehicle here, Crow reaching about here. So if Crow washing the car, I don't know how he does reach. Right? Now, Aisha Wells said on her show that Crow should, be ambassador for Trinidad and Tobago, promoting Calypso and thing internationally. Here what I say. Aisha, I know you was joking, yes, my friend. I know you was making a joke. Crow behavior, his behavior is just like that. His behavior is unbecoming. I didn't step out of the police vehicle at first. I was the most senior officer on that detail. And the officers that came out were of East Indian descent. And Crow started using racial slurs towards them. I had to come out and intervene. When Crow heard the surname Osuna, he realized that I'm related to Shagalos and he decided, hey, I'm a partner because two of them was good. Now he sing against Alos because Alos went and sing for She's Royal for Kamla, right? But the long and short of it is, as Alos said to me personally, for X amount of dollars, I could sing for anybody. And here's what I'm saying, if you're a professional singer, you could sing for anybody. I understand how these Sicko fans would feel, right? I understand how the Sicko fans would feel, right, about Crow being aligned to the UNC and that kind of stuff, right? But here's what I say. At the end of the day, but at the end of the day, Crow have to understand, and the people at Trinidad and Tobago to understand, that the man could sing for whoever he wants. So at the end of the day, you have to respect the man professional, and if the man is a professional singer, well, the man could sing for the UNC, right? So for that to be so, the man move out. Let me move away from that now. WASA has issued a bulletin, Water and Sewerage Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, being their government name. However, the local parlance for WASA is Workers Against Smooth Asphalt. Now here's the issue with WASA, right? WASA issued a warning that they will be charging people for using hoses to wet their lawns, to wash their cars, and all these things, right? Now here's my take on that, right? If you're saying that you going to charge people for doing that, you need to be more efficient in the day-to-day runnings of your company, WASA. And that is where this Lechant come in. Right? This Lechant man, Minister of Public Utilities, who is a big joke, has done nothing since in office except for breaching the police no entry by Hyatt and calling Gary Griffith to save him. I don't know how that went. I wasn't there. I don't have all the details. But I just had to squeeze my stress sponge when I think about men like Lechant and them. Right? So here's what I say. If you are a minister who get a free pass, now mind you, that idea could have come from Daryl Duku, because apparently Daryl Duku, this self-proclaimed comedian, who is a wailing human form as some people would classify him, who's big on top and small below, who is Johnny Not So Bravo, because Johnny Bravo actually strong on top. This man just have blubber on top. I guess maybe he aligned himself for when he go Canada, which is probably where he might end up, right? To drive truck or pick apples or whatever. Because the fatter you are, Wales just have blubber. So at the end of the day, the more blubber you have, the more warm you will be, right? But I know my business. We moving along. How you, Mr. Keith Rowley, could choose Daryl Duku, who has proven to be openly racist, as someone that represents your government or your body of people that deal with the legislation in this country as it concerns water. Wassa is not going to get better. Now let me touch on Wassa again. Wassa is overpopulated with workers. Right? You close down Petrotrin, but you pump $2 billion into Wassa every single year, and nobody bats an eyelash. Because you know why? Wassa have 1,500, at least 1,500 workers overstaffed. They just see about the staff, they just bring it down to a minimum, and then they just put it back up again. The UNC brought down the overstaffing. The PNM put it back up. Since for the last 3 years, them hire 1,500 workers. What did they do? God alone knows. Excuse me. Here's what I say. I don't mind Wassa putting sanctions on people, right, for wasting water. But here's what I'm saying. A simple way to solve that is put a meter on everybody. Put a meter on every single person's property and charge them for the amount of water they get. But you know why? You know why Wassa can't do that? Because at the end of the day, Wassa don't give people water. It have people paying bills. My partner J.D. Celia, who is a singer, could attest to that fact. You just pay a bill for water you don't get. It have people paying bills for years for the standpipe. You hear what I'm saying? They are paying bills to go to the standpipe and fill water. And this is what I'm saying. That cannot be justice. That cannot be good governance. That cannot be nothing but corruption. And let me stick with Wassa again. Workers are again smooth asphalt. Mocha grounds. Who owns that? The 1%, right? But Mocha grounds, a photo was taken recently with sprinklers being used. Now we have issues, right, with using that. You know Wassa come up and say, Wassa give a statement. I don't know if it's Lake Hunt gave that statement, but he gave a statement. A statement was made that the water that they're using is not Wassa's water. But here what I said, my son, my first son, his mother lives next to a river. Now all the land around the river is hers, right? I wouldn't say what part of the country they live in. She lives on the side of a mountain, at the base of a mountain, right? All the lands on that mountain is theirs, right? And here's what I say. Wassa found out that that river that runs through her land, right? She was taking water from the river. She had a filter attached to it, a pump, bam, she getting water in her house. You know what they did? They came and did an assessment for how much water. No problem, Jack. How much water they could get. How much water they could be possibly using a month and charge them, give them a bill. I know it's the open statement. All water in Trinidad and Tobago is Wassa owned. So if you dig a well on your land and you choose to get water from that, that is Wassa owned. You have to hide that. Where in the world you all see that kind of nonsense taking place? Now I experienced it personally in the form of the example I just gave you. So I'm saying, if all water is Wassa owned, how the hell you could turn around and say, Mocha, right, using water that is not Wassa's own? Do as I say, but don't do as I do. Some animals were created more equal than others. Why? Why Trinidad and Tobago? Why we are allowing this to continue? Right? Why are we allowing it to continue? And you see, Trinidad and Tobago, we people have no decorum. We are no etiquette. We are no brought up see. We are no discipline, tolerance, and production. We are none. Because as far as I am concerned, as soon as this government come in power, production will not drop. Because it's unemployment on the rise. Discipline, Keith Rowley has none, no decorum whatsoever. And no tolerance. From the time the media tell him, Mr. Rowley, a black Syrian, you ready to cost them. Now we're talking about that and then we're going to criticize Krokro and talk about his behavior. But double standards are everywhere, because my issue is, if the Prime Minister could be so disrespectful and nobody asks him a question as to why he has to behave like that. Double standards running the country, and that is an issue for me. I don't know if it's an issue for you all, but it's a serious issue for me. Because here I was saying, what good for the rich, good for the poor, what good for the goose, good for the gander too. Now we hear and they want to reopen Petrotrin, but we go stick a pin in that and leave it according to Philip. And here I was saying, right? We're going again. We're doing again. Now I know a man used to say stick a pen in it, but whatever. You get the point. We're going again. Wassa, public utilities. public enemy number one, because WASA does not do anything for the country as a whole. WASA is an entity that probably don't even generate a profit. All WASA does is pay PNM sycophants. That is all they do. And PNM people can get water all the time. I am sure Keith Rowley doesn't turn on his tap and get no water. Because you know what? That would be an anomaly. But let me leave that so. Moving along. The long and short of the thing is, there are double standards in this country. You're hiring people under false pretenses. And as my friend Ali G said, no politicians have decorum. And here's what I say. You want to jump up in steel band, right? Nobody likes this and nobody. You can't say ass on the radio. You can't say ass on the radio and shit on the radio, you know. But where we join the line, you have a prime minister who compared a woman to a golf course. Maybe that's the reason why Mocha golf course being watered. No. We have to consider all these facts. And then here's what I say. All the people who consider themselves social and political stalwarts, people who are activists, we shouldn't be fighting one another. Right? I said this before and I'll say it again. Philip Edward Alexander, you and I used to be good friends, but we separated on matters of integrity. And here's what I say. Don't wage war with all social activists like yourself. Me no PNM sycophant, me no UNC sycophant. I support neither. I am for country. And as I stated on my wall, and I would like to read it, but it might be a little too boring for many to read, for many to hear. But you all could go on the real page and check it out. I am no politician. So people who come in on my wall and talking about politicians, let me put that disclaimer out there. While on that, let me put a next disclaimer out there. People, I don't like nobody harass me. I have a personal life and I like to keep it personal. If you see me in public, no problem. You could hug me, you could talk to me, you could take a picture with me. I don't have a problem with that. I love my people. I do this for country. I love my people. But here's what I'm saying, right? You see these fellas out here who is faggots and feel eye on that? Well, you miss me with that bullshit, please. Men just be in my inbox right through, asking me what I doing, how I going, and then the Marcus had a bus at the key. Oh gosh, man. Oh gosh, man. Well, you don't do me that now. I'm not on that. Right? It's like I had to tell a man tonight. The smell of shit does not appeal to me, my friend. You understand? You see the anatomy of a woman? I wouldn't say what I tell him. But you see the anatomy of a woman, that is what appeals to me. Matter of fact, that is getting me in trouble sometimes. Because all you know what happened with me in my last relationship, right? But here's what I say, right? Here's what I say. The men who of that, listen, we could be friends. But I said, don't come and hug me up. Don't try to kiss me. Them kind of nonsense. Don't be in my inbox. Don't be on that. I'm real serious. It's not of that. Me and Ole could be best of friends. We could work together. We could work alongside each other. We cannot work together. You understand? Me ain't crossing swords at all. No way, no day, no Jose. High hope panchos. Right? High knee lifts for that one. I want no pan. High knee lifts is probably what Meister wanted to take when he heard the man say what he say. But anyway, we moving along. And you see the set of backbiting amongst each other, social and political activists. Well, let's check on yourself. At the end of the day, if we are all fighting for the same cause, the two cancers that keep coming in and out of office, if we're fighting for them to stay out, we can't have war amongst ourselves. Because no man is an island and nobody is no God unto themselves here. Right? I remember Philip saying something back in the early. I don't know if you want to rescind or renege on that now. He said everybody should have a life. Everybody should come forward and talk about the nonsense that the government is doing. And it has happened. It happened so much till your prime minister say, oh, the media is insulting me and people on social media. Because why? We calling you out on your bullshit, kid. You're on tata. You're sitting in slippery, slimy baby tutu. You understand? So at the end of the day, Nicholas, I think the man with the eyebrows is Mark Cruz. That's my boy. But anyway, the bottom line is, we as political and social activists need to stand together. All this war and this kind of, and you know what doesn't like? Do so doesn't like so. You want to come out on a platform and tell people as you like, right? You want to call people names and whatever. But when somebody mash your corn, you're vexed. You're vexed. So, where you join the line? You are a God unto yourself? You are a law unto yourself? No. No, no, we can't be so. What good for one, good for all. And if the government doing something and you talking against it, you can't be the same. If Keith Rowley is a predator, as you say, a sexual predator, if you're alleging that Keith Rowley is a sexual predator, you have to do your best not to be a sexual predator. If you're alleging that he's corrupt, you have to do your best not to be corrupt. If you're saying he's a conman, you have to make sure that he's not a conman. And if you know he's a conman and you have a history of being a conman, you need to come out and confess your sins and look for forgiveness and move forward. Right? Don't come and try to deny the things people saying about you if you know it's true. Right? If it are written statements out there, if it are evidence out there, if it are people waiting to testify and say you're a sexual predator, don't come forward and try to pretend that you're not. Be who you are. Right? If you know you're a domestic abuser, be a domestic abuser. But don't come now and try to get people to vote for you. And when they ask you a question, you vex more than them. You know when I just get vexed? When people come at me with bullshit. I am walking away. I am trying to sell a vehicle. A man will call me. This is how Trinidadians are. The culture of Trinidadians, Trinbagonians are very foolish. Right? And that is why crime in the country. Yes, the government is to blame. But we are partly to blame because we have a stupid mentality. We're very, very freaking selfish. We want everything for ourselves for next to nothing. A man call his price and say $20,000 he's selling a car for. Don't come and ask him, man. You ask him that is the best price and he tell you yes, okay, leave it so. Don't come and tell him, man, so yeah, that worth $10,000. Mr. Man, move on. If you don't want it, somebody else out there want it. Your $10,000 is not needed. A man say $20,000 for your thing. Leave the man with the $20,000 thing. If he choose to drop his price, that's his business. Don't come and demand the man. A man call me on my phone. Oh, here what going on? Them thing is worth so much, you know. I have a back cut and I pay extra. They say so like if it is worth so much, we're calling it for. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, we just contradict ourselves as Trinidadians. Double standards again. And the man wife in the background cussing. Oh, if this effing man saying that and I how he. But is the attitude and he's selling something, Mr. Man. Yes, excuse me, it's get fed up on people over time. And if one person come and tell you, excuse me, big man have $5,000 cash and you advertise the thing for $20,000 and you tell him have a nice day. The 20th person that call and tell you that, you wouldn't tell him have a nice day. You're going to be like, big man, all really ridiculous and all this something wrong with all your something. And then the worst part about it is the man trying to tell you, okay, you is the man living in the pink house. No, I'm not living in the pink house. Yes, you is the man in the pink house. I come by here already, so their eyes not the man. The boys. I mean, I have a very distinct voice, I've been told. So I try to understand why you trying to convince me of some kind of BS that I telling you is not me. What is really going on here? But Trinidadians again, we always right. We always know every freaking thing. We don't want to pay for something. We don't like to make the sacrifice, but we like to get. And that's the reason why people don't vote. All they want better men for the country, but all they're not voting. Eh? Our next foolishness we like to do. We like to borrow and we don't like to pay back. Eh? We like to take people money and we want to watch over our shoulder for the rest of our life. That making any sense? Eh? This same Jerome Changsu guy from freaking Santa Flora who owing me money. Because why? You had my car for X amount of time and guess what? You can't pay me and you understand? Again, double standard. You come nice when you wanted it, right? And when you choose to bring it back, you didn't do that. You come quietly, bring it back and slide my key under the deal. Dishonesty is something Trinidadians like. We love that. That's why corruption and bubble is thrive here. So if the Prime Minister, right, realize all they like dishonesty, he will continue to implement that. And that is the reason why we can't change as a people. That is the reason why we can't get better. And that is why we just feel like we imprison some of us when we go into foreign countries. Speaking of foreign countries, what are they really doing to the Canadians? A Canadian came to Trinidad and Tobago, transiting from Guyana. He was married to a Guyanese, right? So he just transiting through Trinidad to head to Canada. And on his way to Canada, he had a layover in Piarco International Airport. Now on his bag, right, and on his person, he had 3 spent shells on keychains. So obviously, these 3 spent shells, for you all who don't know, let me explain to you what a spent shell is. A spent shell, people is talking, they know about gun. They may know about gun, I know about gun. A spent shell is a shell, a shell casing that has been fired from a firearm already, a gun, right? So this is how it works. Right? This is your shell here, right? Right. Let me explain it to you all in detail so you all will know. Right? This is your projectile. This in itself could be a model of a bullet, right? What we call a bullet. This is your projectile. Inside here you have an igniter, you have gunpowder, right? And this is how it works. When this exits from the weapon, it goes out. This part goes forward and goes into the skin of the person that is being shot, or into the object that is being shot at. This part, the projectile, is the harmful part. It goes in the body, it could kill you, it could maim you, it could paralyze you for life, right? This part, the projectile, right? Inside here now, you have an igniter and you have your gunpowder and so on. So what will happen, you have a percussion cap to the back, right? Which is like this, a cap, right? So what happens is that when the weapon is fired, the firing pin hits the back here, right? Hits the igniter ignites the gunpowder, and an explosion takes place, and this goes away, right? Towards the object that you're shooting at, whether it be a target, whether it be an object, whether it be a person, right? Or an animal. So inside here now, what will happen is the gunpowder would be part of the explosion, your igniter is destroyed, and your percussion cap gets deflected or indented, as we'd say. So it looks like this when it's done, right? And then you have your shell casing, which is the outer part here, being left. Now what usually happens is that the shell casing exits the firearm through the ejection port, which is, anybody who knows what a firearm, yeah, Kenya, comment to that. Kenya, Rilala, comment to that. The shell exits the firearm mostly on one side, generally on the side. So when you look at a movie and you see someone firing a weapon and you see something going up in the air, those are shell casings, right? So what happens is a shell casing is useless when you're finished with it. You cannot reload gunpowder into that and get the igniter and the percussion cap to renew. You can't renew that. That is no use. This is of no use anymore, right? It's a sealed vessel, and when it has been spent, what we call a spent shell, it falls on the ground or wherever you're shooting, and they usually pick them up, right? And it's an offense in Trinidad and Tobago, stupidly but true, it's an offense to have one of these empty shell casings on your person. So here's what I'm saying. This man has never been to Trinidad and Tobago. He's Canadian citizen. He was passing through the airport. You saw him with 3 of these. Empty shell casings, percussion cap, dented, no gunpowder in it, nothing of the sort. Why would you arrest this man? Now I understand that it means that, okay, if someone has a spent shell, the usual assumption is that it has been, this person is in possession of a firearm, or they went to a firing range and whatever, they are suspect. But this person is heading to Canada. What's supposed to happen in this scenario is you put the man in a room, you interview him, and if he satisfies you that here's what, he had no knowledge or he has knowledge of it and he transited from Guyana, that is not really a business, right? A lot of laws, as Nicholas just rightfully stated, are, redundant, archaic, dinosaur, and need changing, right? If you all don't understand what that means, I can't explain it any other way. You retain the guys, you seize the guy's backpack, which was camouflage. Now here's my thing. How is that a threat to national security? There's something I heard Gary say. How is a camel pack or a backpack or a knapsack that is painted in camouflage colors? I like camouflage, but you can't wear it here. But how does it deter crime? I tell you, Trinidad and Tobago, we are an anomaly because we have the highest crime per capita in this part of the world, but yet still we have the strangest laws. We have the strangest laws in this country, right? But we have the highest rate of crime per capita. So obviously our laws aren't helping our crime rate. So then maybe we should revisit our laws. That's just me, little old me thinking, as with the limited experience I have, like I like to say. And once Gary Griffith told me, he said, nah, don't give me that. You have plenty of experience because the knowledge that you have says a lot. So I'm saying, why would you arrest a Canadian citizen for having 3 spent shell casings as keychains. Why? What is he going to do with it? Is he going to threaten somebody with it? Because it's just a shell. That is equivalent to a bottle. You see, not even a bottle. A bottle is more dangerous than a spent shell casing. So I'm trying to understand, what are you guys saying? And Gary, while you're there, this should not happen to someone again. Trinidad, you all know the corruption you have. You as a police, use your good office now, man. By virtue of office, use your office to do something better than to impose on someone's rights. And the thing is, this person, forget the lawsuit, Liz Blue. The thing is, forget the lawsuit. Think about the international on the international scale, how we look like a big joke. Trinidad and Tobago, who has the highest rate of crime per capita, as the man stated in his video, we just killed the prison warden. So what's the point in trying to, oh, we are crime prevention. We are crime prevention ready, blah, blah, blah. What are we doing? We are a joke. Hey, Winston Ragu, good night. Thanks for being on the live. The thing is, we are a joke on the international scale. We are a joke. People are afraid to come to Trinidad and Tobago. You imprison a man wrongfully. You impose on this man's rights as a human being. You give him trouble to get a lawyer. All you officers, from the airports authority to the Trinidad and Tobago police service to the immigration, should be ashamed of yourselves. I detach and denounce myself from anything that is associated with this whole charging of this innocent Canadian citizen. Right? And on the flip side now, how ironic is it? How ironic it is that 2 Canadian citizens were on the beach near Grafton Resort in Tobago on Sunday when they were mugged and robbed of 17. I didn't stutter. 17. I didn't stutter again. 17. Exactly, Naipaul. Damien just stated that the 2 spent shells were filled with epoxy. So, what's the reason, what's the justification there? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The police officer should be fired, the airports authority officer should be fired, the magistrate should go on suspension. I find it was so dumb. She should have just read the charges, say, wait a minute, this is the situation, dismissed. Go back to your country. She should have used her good office, you understand? By virtue of office, to dismiss this matter and relieve this man of his grief and all the stresses he was suffering. I can't understand it. I find nobody in the chain of command thought it fit, right? So here's what. Let's relieve this situation. Let's alleviate the situation so that it doesn't afford us further embarrassment. That's what I don't understand. How come nobody thought of it? Nobody say, hey, this don't make sense. The police officer driving the vehicle could have stopped and say, hey, this ain't making sense. Let this man go. This man transiting. This is an international embarrassment. If you're taking the man, taking it, take it. But let the man go. You want to charge the man. Seize it as contraband and let it go. You have to charge this man for that. This man don't have to come back to that. And the worst part is you're all making it sound like you're so corrupt that telling man, hey, plead guilty, you'll get a fine, blah, blah, blah. Nonsense. Nonsense. Yes, Kenny Harilal. Imagine today, 2 people died on the scene of an accident. And hear how stupid Trinis is. A Trinidadian will get caught thieving water. I don't know the police and lock him up on the scene. But don't worry, there are cameras everywhere. Partner, the man who thieved the case of water, the bottles of water, partner, you're going to embarrass yourself for some water at the scene of a crime. That is how insensitive we have become as a society. But wait, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's the fact that the government is so insensitive and they don't care, right? That they put in people in. Maybe there's an unemployed man who thirsty for water, you never know. But here's what I say. I understand unemployment on the rise, and I have been trying to do some business myself. I have been met with some opposition. You're meeting stupid individuals in Trinidad and Tobago. You understand that will really discourage you. But at the end of the day, you had to make choices for yourself. Me, I choosing to do what is right. Even though it means that it might take me a little while to get my feet in the water and to make a profit and to have to deal with stupid Trinidadian people, I still trying. At least it's better to try and fail than fail to try. And I refuse to commit crime. Like the persons in Tobago who I believe are Tobagonians. Or maybe Trinidadians who went there right? And doing that. That come like my two neighbors. I had some neighbors, they were idlers. Oh, they don't like me, they didn't like me at all. Yeah, and I didn't come and lock them up the other day because they get fingered for some robbery in Aranguez. Don't ask me the details, I don't know. But Trinidad is a small place. It's not difficult for people to figure you out. And all these people who going into business establishments and distressing the poor, hard-working people, you all will be found out. Yeah, all anti-slopers will be found out. So here's what I say. I'm not going up as no MP Nicholas Jaikaran. Nobody asked me to, I'll block you on neck. Nobody don't ask me to become no politician. I cannot be a politician. Because politicians is lie and lie on the lie. Politicians want to cuss you, but you can't cuss them. Politicians feel they have the right to say what the hell they want, right? And corruption is part of our politicians' daily routine. If you have con man, you could be a good politician. Me ain't no con man partner. I make mistakes in my life and people owing me money. You understand? I don't owe nobody. I didn't work in no nightclub and con nobody and sell no liquor on the side. I didn't work in no garage and change nobody engine, right? And con them out of that. I wasn't in no position. I didn't have no expo and collect money from people, right? And went to court, win the matter because the expo didn't come off and the organizers had to pay me the money, and I take it and build condo. I not doing that, Nicholas. I will be Tubal Uriah Buzz Butler. I will be Malcolm X. I will be Martin Luther King. I will be Rosa Parks. I will be the person standing in the gap, encouraging the people to come out. But you see me? I can't be no politician because politicians just lie. And who could tell you better lie will win. Because I feel Keith Rowley and them used to go to a class where they used to tell them, okay, you can come to class anytime you want. You'll pass this class as long as you can tell a good lie. Yeah, politics is business. You have to be a cutthroat person to be a politician. And I can't do that. Right? So here's what I'm saying. We move it along. So these two Canadian people, the man said he was awakened by the sound of his wife screeching. Well, I think he means screaming. But the thing is, it really disheartening to see that people have become so callous. So mass men just rub these men. Mass men just rub these men. Because you know why? They decided that at the end of the day, they had money and they want to take it. They want to take the money from these people. And here's what I'm saying, right? Why you start a business? Sell the people something. But these people are so smart. They're sung in Trinidadian because they don't walk around with much cash. So for all the bandits out there, for all of you all want to rob me, well, they might get 17 TT as well because I don't walk around with much cash either. I rather pay with my credit card or my ATM card. You understand? And for all the people who out there, only remember something. Right? If you enter your PIN backwards, the police will be alerted when you go. Now you get the money and everything, but the camera will record every transaction in the ATM. And if you enter it backwards, the police will have a GPS location as to where you are. So here what I'm saying. So people are in the business are renting cars and providing transportation for people, right? Are providing transportation whether you want me to pick you up or whether you want me to Nicholas say go and pay with bobs. Well, you bring all the bobs. I don't have a problem with that. My car real space. I can hold real bobs on my front seat. So if you want to sit down in the back seat and you don't want to pay me for the job, I take in them bobs. Right? If you have $100 in bobs, bring it now, man. I pick up and drop off. Nicholas, where you living? Where Nicholas living? Or put you something? I pick up and drop off the road, go be around $50 for you. Give me 10 bobs. I take in that. The bank had to take that. Don't make that an issue. I go in the bank and just put that in the counter. Tell them put that in my account. That is it. Less corruption. So here's what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. We as a society have to make decisions for ourselves. We marketing ourselves when we rob people. When we rob Canadian citizens, we marketing ourselves. I know the bandits and them don't care, but here what I say. I made a decision, so I am pleading with each and every one of you all to make the same decision. Hashtag we say no, the movement is on. I don't care how much certain people in certain political positions who feel they have the next election in the bag say I'm not relevant, I'm a blasted business. Ladies and gentlemen, I continue to be the same person I am. Hashtag we say no. Inbox Leah Crystal Williams or inbox Damian Naipaul, relative to hashtag we say no. Hashtag we say no, the movement people is just a movement where we have decided that we the people want to say no. We want to make a bold statement to the government. We want to, stand in solidarity by having a procession around Savannah, silent protest. No date has been set, but if you all get serious and we get numbers upwards of 50,000, only then shall we go forward with this movement and go forward with that date. Right? Until then, I remain true to myself. I continue to be in the background battling for what is right, standing for what is right, continuing to be a social activist, continue to do what I can today for a better tomorrow. So I implore each and every one of you to continue doing what you can today for a better tomorrow. And to know that every single vote counts, you control the government by your labor, your consumption, and your vote. And if we the people choose to stand up against this corrupt regime, we can do it, right? So we can do the hashtag we say no the movement. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Real Talk in Real Time. In the words of my deceased friend, may he rest in peace, Devon Matthews, who is one of the main inspirations for my page, because I used to be on his page, on his lunchtime show on 96, which used to be Affairs of the Heart. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know whose support I have. I know who is there as a troll. I continue to implore you all to do what you can today for a better tomorrow. Real Talk in Real Time. Dr. Reese saying, be safe out there, Trinidad and Tobago. It's better to be paranoid. It's better to be paranoid and to be safe than to be carefree and be a victim of a crime. Right, ladies and gentlemen? So take care of yourselves. Till next time, Dr. Reese saying over and out. Take care, Trinidad and Tobago, and the rest of the world.